What's up, everybody? Travis here with BikeBandit.com, and tonight we are starting a brand new project. Basically, this is my newest bike I picked up. Picked it up probably about 2 weeks ago. It's a 2019 KTM 250 SX. So I haven't had a track bike in close to 20 years, since I was 16 or something like that, 15, 16. And all I've been riding is enduro. So I'm excited to get back to the track, work on my jumping, work on my cornering, and work on my fitness a little bit as well. So I started looking around and I came across this beauty right here. It had only about 6.5 hours on it, and I had to jump on it. It was a steal of a deal, and I'm excited to get to work on this thing. So as I started putting together a plan for this bike, my biggest things I wanted to do was suspension, which always gets done over at TBT. I love those guys, Dave Schmidt and the boys out in Paris, California. And I usually change out the bars for a set of Pro Taper Wyndham bends, which I love, and maybe some pegs. That was about the things I absolutely needed to do to the bike to get it to where I could go out and ride it and enjoy it and have it feel safe. But working here at BikeBandit.com, we sell parts. So why not take this bike that I have, reach out to a couple companies we work with, and turn it into a little mini project. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Even though it's only got about 8.5 hours on it right now, I've taken it out once. We're gonna tear this thing down, we're gonna strip it, and go through the stuff I always do. So when I get a new bike, I do little things like grease the head bearings, grease the pivots on the rear swing arm, linkage on this bike since it has one, but we're gonna take it a step past that. I'm gonna do those things, I'm gonna change out the bars I like, take the suspension to TBT, get that set up. Cherbys has new gray plastic, so we're gonna do all gray plastic on this bike, gray and black. Graphics are gonna come from Authentic over in Lake Elsinore, California. Josh and the boys do all my stuff. They did this kit, but we're gonna do a black and white version of it. Also from Pro Taper, we are going to go ahead and try out their pegs. So we got a set of Pro Taper pegs for it. We got Pro Taper counter shaft sprocket, Pro Taper rear sprocket. They're a little bit lighter, but they're black, which is gonna match the build, which is pretty cool. Speaking of black, we're also gonna pull off the swing arm, like I said, to grease it, but we're gonna send that out and get it powder coated. So that's something else we're doing. We also got an exhaust system from FMF, so we're gonna be throwing an FMF Fatty on here, as well as one of their shorty silencers, so we'll get that really good sound, a little bit broader power band for the bike, so that's always nice to have. Also in the control department, we have a set of levers coming from ASV. ASV levers are one of my favorites. It's the front brake lever I've been running on my bike forever. On my hard enduro bike, I've been running a Midwest Mountain Engineering clutch lever just because it's slightly easier to pull, but being on a track bike, I'm going all for feel, and I really like the way those ASV levers feel. In the power department, like I mentioned, we're doing FMF exhaust, but I also got a set of V-Force reeds, so we're gonna drop those on, show you guys how to do that. Tires for this build are coming from Dunlop. We got a set of their new MX33 tire. That's their intermediate tire, most popular for all the motocross applications they produce. So we got a 110 for the back coming. It's gonna be absolutely perfect for this 250 build here. Lots of great traction, better wear characteristics, so we're gonna go ahead and feature those for you, show you how to get those done as well. Also, we'll be adding a Hinson clutch cover to the bike. They're made of billet aluminum versus this cast stuff that comes on the bike. These are very fragile, easy to break. On a track bike, it's not that big of a thing, but for my enduro bike, I absolutely love running those Hinson clutch covers on it. So I'm putting it on here mainly for looks, but also for that little bit of protection. All right, so let's go ahead and tear this bike down, get it into pieces. We're gonna get the swing arm off to powder coat. We're gonna get the suspension over to TBT, and then the rest of the stuff we'll just start bolting on here, and we'll have an awesome new track bike that looks completely different from everything else out on the track. So here you have it. 45 minutes, an hour later, something like that. We stripped this thing down and it's ready to get built back up. So, I mean, the stuff's all pretty easy once you've done it a few times. Biggest thing for me was pulling off a swing arm on a linkage bike. I've never done this before, so that was a new experience. So we're gonna have to pull the guides off, get the bearings out, and then take this over to our local shop. We're taking it to Temecula Valley Powder Coating here in Temecula, California. They told us 60 bucks. Seems like a fair price for us. I've always run swing arm covers on my XCWs, the non-linkage bikes, the PDS ones, because I spend a lot of time in the rocks. So they get scratched up, they get damaged, so the plastic cover looks good and everything. This being a track bike, this is something that I can actually do to make the bike look nice. Like I said, 60 bucks. I think we have to press the bearings out, so I'll have to buy new ones. So the cost of that. So a little bit extra money, but easy to do. We're gonna go through, we're gonna grease the head bearings, grease all the linkage stuff that's still on here, and start building this thing back up. So join us for our next video, and we'll dive into changing this thing and making it look completely different than everything on the track. I'm Travis for BikeBandit.com. Thanks so much for watching. Check out BikeBandit.com for all your parts and accessories, OEM, aftermarket, all that good stuff. Take care and make sure to subscribe.